15 unique facts about the Gospel of Mark, each with a challenge question. Mark is the earliest written Gospel. Source: most scholars date Mark to AD 55-65, making it the first written account of Jesus' life. Challenge: how seriously do you take the earliest eyewitness record of Jesus? Mark's Gospel is the shortest of the four Gospels. Source: only 16 chapters emphasizing speed, action, and urgency. Challenge: what spiritual truth do you need to act on without delay? Mark frequently uses the word immediately. Source: the Greek word euthys appears over 40 times. Challenge: where is God calling you to obey immediately today? Mark was written primarily for Gentile Roman readers. Source: Mark explains Jewish customs and uses Latin terms. Challenge: how can you share Jesus with people outside your comfort zone? Peter is the primary eyewitness source behind Mark. Source: early church writers, Papias, identify Mark as Peter's interpreter. Challenge: what mature believer can help strengthen your faith journey? Mark never calls himself by name in his gospel. Source: like the other gospel writers, he keeps the focus on Jesus. Challenge: where can humility help you point others to Christ? Mark's gospel highlights Jesus' actions more than his teachings. Source: Mark includes more miracles proportionally than the other gospels. Challenge: do you focus more on knowing about Jesus or following his actions? Mark begins abruptly, without a birth narrative. Source: the story starts with John the Baptist and Jesus' ministry. Challenge: if Jesus began working in your life today, would you be ready? Mark emphasizes the humanity and emotions of Jesus. Source: Jesus sighs, sleeps, feels compassion, and expresses sorrow. Challenge: how does knowing Jesus understands your feelings comfort you today? Mark presents the disciples realistically, often confused and afraid. Source: Mark 4:40, 6:52, 8:17, 21. Challenge: where do you need to trust God even when you don't fully understand? Mark alone includes the story of the young man who fled naked. Source: Mark 14:51, 52, likely Mark himself. Challenge: what moment in your past shows how far God has brought you? Mark highlights Jesus as the suffering servant. Source: Mark 10:45, the Son of Man came to give his life as a ransom for many. Challenge: how can you serve someone today the way Jesus served you? Mark's gospel ends with an empty tomb and a call to mission. Source: Mark 16:6-7 emphasizes going and telling. Challenge: who can you tell about the risen Jesus this week? Mark focuses on spiritual warfare more than any other gospel. Source: demons recognize Jesus repeatedly. Mark 1:24, 3:11, 5:7. Challenge: where do you need to stand firm against spiritual attacks? Early church tradition says Mark wrote his gospel in Rome. Source: Papias, Irenaeus, and Clement of Alexandria support this setting. Challenge: how can you stay faithful to Jesus no matter where you live or what you face?